Well, we have made it to Coulter Bay. The Tetons are behind us, and it is a little cold, as you can see. The shoulder season, it's cold.
It's cold shoulder.
It is raining, as rain today, but we're supposed to get, I think, somewhere around 3 to 6 inches of snow. So it's going to make things even more interesting when we just, camp in RVing. It's always interesting when you're doing that in the wintertime, which we Floridians always try not to do.
We bought this Four Seasons RV, and we're like, oh, it has tank heaters. Oh, that's cool. I don't think we're going to need it. Looking at some of the different features it has, we're like, yeah, we won't need that stuff. We don't RV in like winter.
Yeah, we've needed it.
And then
we've needed it. Yeah, it's necessary.
What happened? So that's the other point that I think is really important for people. Again, us being from Florida, you don't know everything about the weather, especially on the mountains. So when we first started looking at the weather here in May, it was supposed to be in like the 60s and sunny. And then every day as it started getting closer, it was like, oh no, it's getting colder. It's going to be colder. It's going to be colder. Oh wait, there's going to be snow. And so it's supposed to be, I think, in like the 20s at night and everything. So the point is the weather changes very, very quickly in the mountains. Ours did a complete 180, so it's the $1 million view.
Still got some cloud cover that's affecting the Tetons a little bit, but we really can't complain that much. Oh, she's playing with fire. She's playing with fire. Oh, sure. She does not have waterproof boots on. Heavier. I picked a good spot. Whoa.
Going back to what we said earlier, the weather can change in a second up here. No rain, sun came out.
There's still a lot of clouds obviously over the Tetons, but oh my gosh.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Amazing. Amazing out here. Just you just can't imagine it until you're here. Like the pictures, the videos just doesn't relate until you see the behemoths behind us.
Definitely need to see it for yourself. And it's pretty cool because you can just do like the main loop and you stop at all the little, they call them turnouts. They're really little stopping points, take some pictures, some video. Oh, just breathe it all in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jenny Lake, go around the, like Ange said, just make sure you get all the little loops, all the little turnouts, because that's the way to go.
Yeah, and we use the National Park Service app. Although I'm not big on apps, it's actually pretty cool because you can go through all the stuff there is to do, whether that's hiking, scenic drives, different, lookouts or turnouts, as they say, and you can favorite them. So then you can go back into the app later and you can save it to use offline. So in case you didn't have service here, which we actually have service. So Verizon, you're good to go if you're here.
Shocking. We were I think it was about 240 download and like 23 upload in the campground at Coulter Bay RV Park. Like crazy. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Being in the national park, actually getting service. So beneficial too.
Yes.
Not that you necessarily need to do it because, again, look behind you.
But you're going to want to share your pictures at the very least with friends, family, maybe post them on social media. So I get that.
Well, it looks like there's going to be more rain, unfortunately. But the view is still spectacular. That last step is a doozy.
We only have a few minutes left before the storm hits us, so we're trying to fly around and see the last of everything.
It's like speed dating, but you're like trying to get all the turnouts. So you're like, okay, I got 3 minutes with you, so that's all I got. You got to pull up, leave the vehicle running, take the picture, move on to the next stop.
When your husband says all he wants for his birthday is to just sit outside and just relax and enjoy the beautiful scenery, you stuff yourself into as many layers as you possibly can, wrap up and everything, grab your little hand warmers, and you go sit outside with him. This is what a beach day looks like in May in Wyoming. So we have it to ourselves.
I just want to say that peacefulness and enjoying the time where there isn't as many tourists, because let's be honest, in a month or two it's going to be packed.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, that's it. Like, you don't hear anything. Maybe some like birds flying through the air, but it's so quiet.
The chipmunks are a little noisy. Not around here right now, but yesterday at Jenny Lake.
You can't describe, and I get it. I totally understand why people love this area and the peacefulness and quiet and just serene and just getting away from everyday life, or just getting away from just the loudness of everything that's going on.
So last year in 2023, this park got, I think, 3.5 million visitors.
Wow.
And right now, there's just a handful of us here in this campground. All the other campgrounds are closed. The lodges are closed. So, I mean, you can just imagine those 3.5 million all pile in the same, like, few months. That's it.
There's maybe 30 campers here.
There are 2 visitor centers.
You realize, like, I think this needs to be a I feel like I'm definitely not a northerner, but I'm definitely like out of like sorts. Like, you know how they have the big hats? They're like, oh yeah, don't you know now we're going to go. It's snowing, and
okay, so we need to get walking. He's gonna fix his
okay.
hood here. There are 2 visitor centers that are open right now. We're gonna walk to Coulter Bay Visitor Center. It's only 0.8 miles, and of course it's snowing.
Perfect. It's perfect. Don't just focus on her. Don't mind me. I'm good.
Okay, so we gotta get going.
Okay, let's go.
We were hoping to do some hiking while we were here, but what we found out is that the trails you can sometimes go out on because it's firm enough, but on the way back, everything starts to melt and get all sloppy. And so they said you can't actually walk across these trails, so you get stuck. So you're stranded wherever you went hiking. We're like, yeah, that doesn't really sound like a good idea. So we're going to have to pass, unfortunately.
Yeah, again, it's that shoulder season where the snow's still here. It hasn't fully melted. And so it's that verge of that muddiness, like Ange said. And unfortunately, you get the quietness, as you can hear behind us, but you don't get the possibilities of actually being able to hike anything. So right now, there's more. If you're going to hike, you're probably doing it with actual snowshoes instead of, just hiking boots.
So that being said, what we've noticed is that most people here are actually here with their cameras for the wildlife.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of babies, although we haven't actually seen any, but this is the time of year, springtime. This is when you're supposed to see the cubs and the baby elk and everything. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled, and I guess that's what you do in May. Come here for the peace and quiet, for the wildlife, and then you come in the summer for hiking. Day 3 at Grand Teton. We are going to head into Jackson, the elk refuge, wildlife viewing area. What else? We have some turnouts we're going to do.
Yeah, basically the whole point, I think most of the time with Grand Tetons, is scenery and wildlife. So I talked to a bunch of people. It seems like these scenic routes are the best. It's snowing. Don't know how much we're going to be able to see.
Yeah, because I think some of the wildlife, what we were told by a ranger, is that if it's snowing, the wildlife might, be tucked inside, staying warm. But we're going to try it anyway. We left early.
Where we almost feel like maybe we should be tucked inside and feel warm as well. But
yeah. They know what they're doing out here.
We'll see. It's been a while since I've brushed off snow off a vehicle before. We got a nice little dusting / maybe like 1 inch on the sides. The roads are just watery, so they should be fine.
Yeah. We're just driving through our blizzard-like conditions, checking out all the scenery, and then noticed that the truck is facing the wrong way.
At first, I saw something moving, and I'm like, oh, it's an elk or like moose or something.
I was like, that looks like a human.
We got that driving closer, and yeah, unfortunately, because of the weather conditions, and it's intermittent. Sometimes just like wet, and then when we drove back there was a little bit more icy kind of, well, not icy, but slushy kind of weather, and a Ram truck had, I guess, spun out. It was a rental truck, and he got stuck in the snow, so
slid backwards off the road.
So like any good Samaritan and Floridian, I had to stop and pull him out.
You might have heard the term Jackson and Jackson Hole. And the difference between the two is that Jackson Hole is the valley that's beside Grand Tetons. Jackson is the city that's within Jackson Hole. It's on the southern end. So just in case you hear those terms, now you know what they mean. see wildlife and you do drive into Jackson, you have to go to the elk refuge.
Refuge, yeah.
Because at least, so this time of year, there's sheep, there's bighorn sheep. They're so cool. You can hear them ram each other and it just echoes. It's awesome.
Yeah, you just wouldn't have imagined, but how close they necessarily get. But again, you know, that's kind of like we're in the middle of the wilderness, so to speak, but it is part of that refuge aspect to where it is kind of blocked off, so they are contained. But it's just perfect because it's almost like in the mountainous, you know, it's their setting, it's where they want to be, and it's really cool. I was kind of shocked that they were allowing pets on a leash. That sounds like a bad idea.
But it is free and it's open from sun up to sundown.
So we have found 610 and her 3 cubs, and somehow we were able to get on the borderline as they're blocking things off and just taking video and pictures right now, which was pretty cool. There's 2 big, I guess 2 main ones, 610 and 399 are kind of the most popular ones. 399 is the most popular, 610 is one of the younger ones of 399. You can't currently see them, but they're back over there. We'll definitely show you some videos of them. The cubs are like playing together. Just amazing experience. Of course, the snow is just coming down, but awesome. Like, again, once in a lifetime. Once in a lifetime experience. You can see as they've blocked off everyone in front of us, but they're still allowing us to stay as long as the bears don't come any closer.
I'm sitting here trying to record these bears, and Ryan starts throwing these rags at me. Just because a little snow is getting in.
Hey, I'm trying to keep... Oh, there goes the one. I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty privileged to have gotten this spot where we're right on the verge, where no one else is allowed in front of us.